Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at an adventure card game from Japanime Games called Argoat. Argoat is a game for 3 to 5 players where players are going to be adventurers represented by, for now, these little meeples. Could be different later. And they are going to try to go around this land, the frontier, trying to discover Eden. So they're going to explore 4 dark forests. They need to determine where Eden is. But before they do all that, they need to make sure they have the proper types of knowledge. So when they get to Eden, they're prepared. Pretty simple game. A little bit more going on than some of the other ones I reviewed. So let's go down to the table. See how it plays. Alright, so here's a game of Argoat set up for a 3-player game. Let me go through setup really quick. You're going to set out each of these knowledge cards. There are 8 different pieces of knowledge. I'll show you knowledge of the forge. It's number 1. They all have a color and a number. So we go 1 through 8. I just set those up around the top. You're going to set out the dark forest cards. On the back of one of these cards is Eden, which happens to be right there. That's what we're trying to find. So during the game, we're going to bring out Dark Forest. We're going to explore the Dark Forest to try to find Eden. We need to have all 8 pieces of knowledge and be on Eden to win the game. So now back to setup. We're going to put these starting tiles depending on which game you want to play. There's Journeyman and Adventurer. I've already played the game before, so I'm going to go with Adventurer, which gives you a little bit different tiles. It's going to be a frontier town. That's the beginning tile in every game. Then there's going to be 4 different ones based on the game. All the players are going to get a color of a meeple, some discs, and 1 gem, or emerald. And then you're going to put the Blana, the bunny, on the frontier town. And all the players are going to start on the frontier town. You're going to shuffle the item cards. You're going to shuffle the frontier cards. And then you're ready to play. Alright, so you determine who goes first by spinning one of these. So I'll spin it in the middle here. So it'll be yellow is going first. So they're going to go first. So what you have to do in your turn, you have to move to another location. So in this case, you have to move to a place that's touched by another road. So at the beginning, everything can be moved to. Then when you end your turn, you're going to be able to take the action of the tile, and then that's that. So the bunny. If you start your turn where there's a bunny, you can pay an emerald to move 2 spaces. Normally, you can only move 1. Or if you end your turn where there's a bunny and you haven't used the bunny before, you can pay an emerald to move an extra space. Whenever you move using the bunny travels along with you. He becomes your friend. Alright, so it's yellow's turn. So let's see, what are they going to do? They're going to go here. They're going to come up to the caravan. They're going to pay 1 gem, 1 emerald. And they are going to draw 1 item from the supply. And I'll show you what that is. Book of Wisdom. So it's this. I'll let you look at it, and then I'll read it so I know what it does. Alright. So you may only use this item if you are in Frontier Town. Take 1 fragment of ancient knowledge you don't already have from the reliquary. That's a terrible word. Normally these go down face down in front of you, but because I'm playing, well, you can't see it anyway. But since I'm actually playing everybody, I'm going to put it face up so I remember what they have. Alright, so that was yellow's turn. They're done. Now it's going to go to blue. Blue would like to, they're just going to go over here and take an emerald. So they're going to come here. And now they have 2 emeralds. Because they're allowed to take 1 emerald from the bank from going to the glittering cave, which makes sense. Let's see. So this red player's turn, they're going to come here. At the end of their turn, they may take another turn. So what they're going to do is they're going to go back to Frontier Town. Whenever you end at Frontier Town, you get to draw 1 new frontier from the frontier deck, and you get an emerald. So they're going to get an emerald. And they're going to put a new frontier out connected 2 roads. So it has to be a legal placement. It has to have roads connected to roads. So I couldn't put this right there, for example, because there's a road leading to nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. So this is the wasteland. If you do not have items, draw 1 from the supply. Pretty easy. Alright, so that's the red player's turn. Back to yellow. They're going to go exploring too. So they're going to come back down to Frontier Town. They're going to get a gem, an emerald. And then they're going to take a piece. Unmarked trail. You can see on this one it has a dragon. I'll explain what the dragon does here in a second. Alright, so this one's going to let you move your avatar to a different unmarked trail. So it's kind of like a secret pathway. So we'll put it right there. All right, so now there's a dragon. Whenever there's a dragon card revealed, you're going to take one of the Dark Forest cards and you're going to put it adjacent to a tile that you just played. So in this case, I'm going to put it here. Can you guys see that? Not really. So I won't put it there. Let's put it over here so you guys can still see it. All right, there you go. So now we can go down to this Dark Forest and we can explore it. And I'll explain what that does when we get down there. All right, so that was yellow player's turn. They're done. Now it's back to blue. Blue is going to go here to the frontier town. They're going to pay a gem to move again. And they will move down over here. Then it's the end of their turn, so they're going to pay another gem. Oh, they don't have to pay another gem. Yeah. So they get to take another turn because they landed on the Forgotten Temple. They're going to pay a gem. And they're going to move 2. So they're going to go 1, 2. They're going right there. And then they can move a Blana of their choice. The Blana's already there. So that was nothing. All right. So red is going to come down here. Nope. Yeah, they're going to go over there. So they get to take another turn. So for the next space, they're going to move over here to the wasteland. If you do not have an item, you can draw one. So they get an item. You may move up to 3 spaces this turn. So they can cash this in, the Wings of the Holy Dragon, to move 3 instead of 1. That's pretty slick. So now they have a card. Okay. And then we're back to yellow. Yellow is going to... They're going to come down... They're going to come over here and they're just going to take a gem. Then back to blue. Blue is going to pay nothing because they don't have anything. So they're going to move 1. And they can't do anything because there's no other unmarked trail. So they're done. Back to red. Red's going to move back this way. At the end here, they get another turn. They're going to come here. They're going to get a gem. And they're going to explore something else. Jeweled Palace is going to do that. Take 1 emerald from the player or players with the most emeralds. That's a mean one. All right, so we'll put that right there. I'd probably build this differently, but I'm trying to keep everything on camera for you. Back to blue. So blue's going to go here. All right. So if you don't have a check marker here, which are these discs, you don't have a check marker there, you must pay emeralds equal to the number of markers already there. There's no marker there, so this person can do it for free. So they're going to look at the back of the Dark Forest card. And they're going to secretly look at this. It's either going to be this, a hollow, or it's going to be Eden. So in this case, they know that's not Eden, so they're going to want to keep moving around. So they can put one of their discs there so they can look at that whenever they want. And they'll go right there. All right, back to red. Red is going to... over here, they're going to take a gem. There's a rule that I haven't explained yet. You can do some trading with people if you're on the same space. Like you can trade information of what's behind Eden. You can trade emeralds. I'm not going to do that. Just know that there is some trading in the game. It doesn't add a ton, so that's why I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on it, but it is there. So that's red's turn. So now it's yellow. They're going to come down here and do nothing. Nope, they're not going to do that. They're going to come over here and they're going to explore some more. So they're going to take a gem, an emerald. Sorry, I keep calling them gems. Get a new building. A new city. All right, here we go. This is helpful. Valley of the Holy Dragon. So you can see this right here is going to give you, when you stop here, you're going to get some knowledge. You're going to get into knowledge of life, number 4. So they can put this wherever they want. They're going to put it right here. All right, so now this game's getting interesting. Because in order to win, you have to have all 8 of the knowledges and find Eden. And we're not even close yet. So that was yellow's turn. Blue's turn. They are going to... move back this way. Sometimes the moving is slow and not that interesting. All right, red's going to go here to the Jeweled Palace. Take 1 emerald from the player or players with the most emeralds. If you have the most, which they do, take 1 from the bank. So now they have 5 emeralds. Back to yellow. Yellow's going to go up here, pay an emerald and get a supply, an item. But before they do that, they're going to cash in this item to let them get some knowledge. And they're going to take a number 1 knowledge. So they're going to take knowledge of the forge. So now they are 1/8 of the way to winning. And now they're going to take a second item. Water of life. At the end of your turn, take another turn. So So now they're going to have a free turn that they can take in another round. Put that there. All right, back to blue. Blue's going to come here, and they're going to pay a coin or an emerald to move with the bunny up to here. They're going to get their emerald back. They're going to explore another area. Hope that's blues, not red. I think I may have taken that emerald from red. So never mind, I can't do that. I cheated real bad. So they're going to go here and stop, because that's all they can do. Back to red. Red is going to come over here, and they're going to pay an emerald because they have piles, and they're going to take an item. They get a look at a dark forest marker and do some stuff with this, which is pretty nice. Look at the reverse side and then place one of your check markers on it for free. So that's really nice. So they'll put that there. They don't want to use that bit. Now we're back to yellow. Yellow's going to come over here, and they are going to take a copy of 4. So they now have 1 and 4. You can only ever have 1 copy of each knowledge, because once you have the knowledge, there's no point in getting any more knowledge. And that is essentially how the game is going to play. You're going to keep going like this until someone has all 8 of the knowledges, and you can find Eden. So let's just say these were out like this. All right, and then let's see where Eden is. Eden's right there. So if red had all the knowledge, they could come up here. They'd flip it. It would be Eden, and they would win. So basically, after you have all the knowledge, it's a race to get to Eden first. Simple game. Let's go up to the top. See what we think about it. All right, so that was Argoat. This is an interesting little game. It's a card game, just like I've been doing here recently. Japanime likes card games. They like easy games to play, easy games to pack up. Like all these games that I got come in these little tins or plastic bins. Whole game in there. It's amazing. Takes up super duper no space at all, and you have a good time. So this one's a little different. This one actually has meeples. It has some gem tokens, emerald tokens. It has a little bunny. Looks like they took it from Dixit. Probably won't be the exact cards or people and characters and items. Probably going to look a little different after Kickstarter, but for now, that's what I have to play with. So what this is essentially a race to get all 8 resources or the knowledge and find out where Eden is. And you're doing that, like I showed you in the overview, by moving to different tiles, taking the actions, maybe using the bunny so you can travel farther, maybe strategically placing some tiles like the unmarked trail that can lead you from one end of the board to the other. You can trade with players, which I didn't show because it's not super interesting to me, but you can trade with players, you can trade them knowledge, you can trade them location, information, you can trade emeralds, whatever you want. So if you like race games and you like card games, you like exploring games, that's kind of what this is, then this game might be for you. It's of the 3 that I reviewed recently, Mirari's, Pralaya, and this one, this is probably my least favorite because I felt like there were sometimes on the turns where it got a little slow, where you just move and then you were done. Still a great game. It still has parts that are super entertaining, and sometimes the trading can be fun too. And not knowing what you're going to get behind the dark forest is super exciting too. But it was a little slower to me than the other ones, and it takes about 3 times as long. So this is a 30 to 45 minute game, probably. Still good, still fun, just a little long for me for what it is, but I still like it. So if you like exploration games, card games, and you're a fan of Japanime, I say check this out. So I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and keep gaming.